inner space, the quiet push, the subtle trigger and sacred nudge, all clues, all invitations, each one whispering, "Look here, this is a part of you asking to be known." My curiosity is my compass, a longing to meet myself fully, to understand the why behind my preferences, the color behind my personality, the shape of me becoming. And in knowing myself, I begin to trust the sound of my own voice. My words gain weight, not because they are loud, but because they are mine. My voice is an instrument, not just in the words I choose, but in the tone and the rhythm, the pauses that hold space between them. Each moment I speak is an act of intention. I value the gift of my voice, the power to name what's right, to call out what isn't, to shape love not only through actions, but through kind rising words that uplift others, and most importantly myself, because it starts here in the center, in the lighthouse of my being, the place where truth lives and echoes outwards, guiding every sentence back to the heart it came from. There is no prize for speaking the fastest. Truth doesn't rush, it simmers, it unfolds. The nuances, the depth, that's what makes me lean in. That's what invites real listening. Even the ordinary becomes extraordinary when we give it time, space, and curiosity. I hold many opinions, not to argue, but to explore, to bring shape to thoughts, to ask, have you seen it this way? Have you felt it like this? Conversations, the real ones, they are mirrors and windows. They teach us about each other, but also about ourselves. And here's what I know. When we dismiss our thoughts, when we sweep away ideas like crumbs, we train ourselves not to trust them, not to trust ourselves. But everything begins with a thought and what we choose to do with it. Say it out loud. Let it breathe. Let it be messy, unsure, real. Speak up for your ideas. Give them the gift of life. That flicker you feel inside, that's the beginning of something bigger, of something only you can bring into form. It all begins with a voice, your voice. There are so many conversations you're invited into, some loud, some quiet, some waiting gently for you to say, "Yes, I'm ready to speak." You don't need to rush. You don't need to compete for airtime. What you have to say deserves listening ears, not because it's loud, but because it's yours. Pause. Let the thoughts form. Let the moment open before you speak, not to impress, but to express with care. Sometimes we borrow the speed of others, running at their pace, sprinting through sentences just to keep up. But communication isn't a race. It's an art, a craft, a ritual of self-understanding. The words you choose are clues. They reflect what you value, what you believe, and where those beliefs were born. Every opinion is paired with a feeling, a memory, a moment. So ask yourself, where did this come from? Why do I feel this way? What am I really trying to say? This is the practice, being your own journalist, exploring the voice within before echoing it out. That's how your words begin to carry weight, not just sound, but substance, not just opinions, but truth shaped by presence. Because your voice, spoken with intention, can shift not just conversations, but lives. To speak from the heart instead of autopilot is a kind of magic, a shift, not just in words, but in your whole body. It's how truth feels when it flows through every fiber of your being, when your voice doesn't just speak, but resonates. The heart, the lungs, and brain, each a rhythm, each an instrument. And when they align, when there is a coherence between them, something profound happens. You are not just talking, you are transmitting. You're living in full awareness of the breath, the beat, the moment. Why save that kind of presence for weddings, goodbyes, and grand toasts? Why not live that way more often, more consciously? We are emotional beings. We live through feelings, and yet so often we let breath become background. We let voice run with habit. We forget that these things, breathing, seeing, speaking, are sacred. To remember this, it's to remember yourself, to treat your voice as one of the greatest instruments, something to shape, nurture, and keep clean with care. There's pride in that, in honoring what you've been given, in playing the cards in your hand with intention, not apology. Because who you are, how you speak, how you feel, how you show up isn't random. It's a reflection, a mirror turned inward. And when you live from that place, when you speak from there, from that lighthouse at your center, you become unforgettable to yourself first, then to the world. There is no such thing as the old me and the new me. There's only me in all my becoming. We don't need to turn our backs on who we once were to embrace who we are now. This is all you, whether you're proud of every chapter or not, but that's life. It's never perfect, only honest. You don't need a clean slate. You don't have to start from scratch, because your body remembers, your heart remembers, your mind carries every lesson, every wound, every joy, like pages in a book still being written. Instead of erasing, we honor. We use the past, not as baggage, but as reference. What you believe today was born somewhere. It has roots. And the more you understand them, your patterns, your triggers, your hopes and heartbreaks, the better you can navigate what's ahead. Life isn't happening to you anymore. It's being shaped by you through the choices, the awareness, the courage to grow without rejection who you've been, the courage to grow without rejecting who you've been. So yes, I embrace every version of me, the tired one, the learning one, the one who got it wrong, the one who keeps going anyway. Each new lesson isn't a replacement, it's an upgrade, an addition, not because the past was broken, but because I'm always becoming more. This isn't a reset, it's a revelation. No fresh slate, just all of me, fluid and whole, and so very beautiful.